welcome back to my kitchen. Today's video isn't necessarily canning related, but the holidays are coming upon us so quickly. You may be looking for one of those last minute gifts, but you don't necessarily want to go out and just buy something like you didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. So you'd like to make something homemade. I'd like to share with you today a very practical and useful gift for maybe some of the people that are in your life that you can do so quickly and easily. I'd like to share how I make fire starters in our home. Now, we live in a climate that's super cold in the wintertime, and we heat with wood. It's how we heat our home. And so every day during the winter, we are using these lighters to start our fire in the morning. You know, sometimes overnight it goes out, and so we need to restart in the morning. Don't have a huge burn box on our stove. But anyway, so we use these daily during the winter time in our home, and they are fantastic. So I want to share how I make them. Now, I go to the Dollar Tree, and when I say the Dollar Tree, I mean the dollar store where everything is $1, okay? And that's where I get the majority of my supplies to make these starters. So I go to the Dollar Tree and I get some of these 100% cotton facial rounds, okay? These aren't obviously cotton balls. They are the facial rounds, the little small flat disc. 100% cotton. Spent a whole dollar on that, and you get 80 of them in here. That's a lot of fire starters. And then the next thing that you're going to want is you're going to want one of these nice little spray bottles. I found this also at the dollar store. Now, I have marked this specifically fire starters just because this is what I put my fuel in or my lighter fluid in, and I don't want to use this spray bottle for anything but this project. And of course, I keep all of my fire starter stuff kind of in a little kit, so it's all together all the time. But you know, make sure that you do mark your bottles so that you know what you use this bottle for. So get yourself one of these nice little spray bottles, and you can use old used candles. I do that quite frequently. I'll go to garage sales or to the thrift store, and I will purchase old used candles for just a wee bit of money, and those work wonderful. But what I really, really like, especially for gift giving, is I go to the dollar store and I buy these wonderful emergency candles. Now, these are a seasonal item at most dollar stores, so they don't carry them year-round. They only carry them during the heating season. So go ahead and stock up on these when you see them. $1 for 6 candles. Each one of these candles burns for 5 hours, okay? So this is actually really good quality wax, which is unusual finding that at the dollar store. We all know how cheap most of their candle products are, but these emergency candles are the bomb. I'm telling you, these are really good quality candles. The next thing you need is you need an accelerant. You can use lighter fluid, you know, like some people use lighter fluid. They refill like their cigarette lighters with it. Now, I'm not talking butane. I'm talking actual lighter fluid. Comes in a tall kind of skinny can with a little flip top nozzle on the top. That works wonderful, and it applies to these pads really simply also. You can just apply it right out of that little squeeze can that you buy. But another thing that we found out is that we purchased some of this camp fuel. You use this in camp stoves. And I think we got this at Walmart. It's a whole gallon, and I think we paid approximately $10. Now, it's been such a long time since I've had to purchase this that I really can't guarantee you what the cost is currently. But just to let you know, I bought this can at the beginning of last year's heating season, and I still have, I'd say, at least a quarter of it left. So that will let you know this stuff lasts for this particular project. It lasts a super long time. So this is actually a really good value when using it in this project. So camping fuel or lighter fluid, okay? And now, like I said, I do use used wax, old candles, and what I do is I just take and I pound those old candles apart with a hammer, and then I melt my wax. I like to remove the wicks out of there so that I don't have this mess of wicks in the bottom of my wax melting container. But I'll show you how easily these emergency candles crack open, okay? And this is another reason why I like them so much. I'm going to page down to my work surface here. So I have a wood cutting board to protect my counter, and then I have an old towel that I just don't care about. And the reason why I have everything covered with an old towel is that we will be spraying this camp fuel, and I'm in my kitchen and I don't want that camp fuel, you know, misting or spraying onto any of my kitchen items. So I do suggest having an old towel. But these emergency candles crack so easy, guys. It's just amazing. So you just take a hard surface and you just whack it a couple of times with your hammer, and look at, they crack completely in half, and then you can very easily remove this wick, okay? And I save these wicks just because, you know, so many of us don't like to toss anything away. I just take these old wicks, get that little piece of wax off, and I save these just in case at some point in time I need a wick for something, or if I want to make special soy candles, you know, scented soy candles for gifts or whatever, then I have all these wicks that I can just reuse and I don't have to go and purchase them. So again, just so simple. You just crack these things open with your hammer. Look at that. They just crack directly in half most times. And then you can remove that wick so easily and quickly. All right, so you have your wax. Put it into an old container that you're not going to ever use again for anything else. You know how it is when you're melting wax, you know, that container is just pretty much designated for wax from then on. So I have some of my pads set up here already, and I reuse my aluminum foil many, many, many times also. So just keep that in mind, that you can save that aluminum foil and you can use that many times. So I have already melted my wax on the wood stove so it's nice and hot, okay? So I just have this container of hot wax just ready and waiting to go. Take your spray bottle or your lighter fluid and just spray each pad about 2 pumps. And then you're going to need a tweezers, okay? So you take your hot wax and your little cotton swab or this cotton round that you've already put the lighter fluid on, and you simply dip it in the hot wax. That's how simple it is. And then lay it out on aluminum foil to cool. This is how quick and easy it is, guys. You can get dozens of these done in just a few minutes. Now you can see, because my wax is hot, maybe you can see, I don't know, because my wax is super hot, this does fizz a little bit, okay? But I've never had one start on fire. I've never had an explosion, and I've been making these for about 5 years now. My daughter, one of our daughters, showed me how to make these, and we've been doing it ever since. They're just fantastic. And these burn consistently. Each lighter burns consistently for at least 2 minutes. So as long as you have kindling for your fire, you know, a small kindling for your fire, I can almost guarantee you are going to be able to start a fire with 1 lighter, 2 at the most. But generally, we are able to start our fires with only 1 lighter. So think about how many you can do so quickly and how long that would last you. I mean, you know, 2 dozen lasts you like 3 weeks, right? So close to a month. But anyway, these are just so simple, super easy to make and very cost efficient. Okay, we've got those all done now. I'm going to set this aside for a moment. Very cost effective, and they're super clean also. But I want to show you how I use these, okay? This is just an old wax heating pan. You take the lighter that you have allowed to cool and harden, and you just take and you rip it right down the center of the pad so that the cotton is exposed. If you can see, I've just ripped it kind of halfway through the pad, okay? And when you're giving these as gifts, you can include a little instruction tag on your container. But watch how quickly and easily these light. There you go. Just one small flick of the lighter. Okay? Burns beautiful. And like I said, these consistently burn for over 2 minutes per lighter. Just a single lighter burns for over 2 minutes. Now I'm going to snuff this out. I am in the house here, so I don't want a whole bunch of smoke going on. We'll set that aside and get you up here where I can talk to you for another minute. So now, when I said that this is a great gift idea for those people who go camping or hiking, or if you know somebody who does heat with wood in their home, any one of those people would love this as a gift. And how I present it as a gift, and the reason why I like these emergency candles, like I said, these are just really nice and white and clean looking. I put them in a canning jar with a cute little topper on there. Now this is a wide mouth pint, and I'm able to get 20 lighters in here. So this is a substantial gift. 20 fires is in this one small pint jar. So I just think this is a wonderful gift giving idea. Another thing that I do want to share with you is, a lot of people have a lot of really good ideas on fire starters. Some people dip pine cones in wax. Some people take those little cupcake rounds and they fill them with sawdust and then pour wax over that. Some people take egg cartons and put sawdust in there and pour wax over that. Those are all really great lighters also, but from my experience, they really consume a lot of wax. It takes crazy amounts of wax to make those type of starters. These do not. These really stretch your wax out. Like, you can get so many lighters out of so few candles. It's seriously amazing. I am just sold on these things. Like I said, I've been making them about 4 or 5 years now. They're pretty much all we ever use for fire starters. Another little tip that I will give you is for those in your life that are hikers. I have taken a dozen of these small disc lighters and I just kind of put them in a line in a small vacuum seal bag, and I vac seal them with my food saver. They're so light. They can go into anybody's backpack, and they're not, adding any additional weight to carry around in their backpack at all. And, being that they are vac sealed, then they're also waterproof. So they won't have any problems at all out on the trail or in rain or anything like that. So I think this is just one of the best gift ideas, and especially one of the best last minute gift ideas. So if you're looking for something thoughtful and useful to give as a gift, consider this. We think they're amazing. I hope you think they're amazing too. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon.